Hi everyone, Gerone Wright here, and the image that we have up here is Rembrandt's etching and drawing of Flight to Egypt. Okay, I'm going to be decoding this image here for you here today, and I was supposed to get it up yesterday, so I apologize for those of you that have been looking for it. Okay, um, what's going on here with this Flight to Egypt? There's a boom in this Flight to Egypt image, meaning that hundreds of Renaissance artists captured this historical moment and actually put it down on canvas. Okay, and their versions are actually taken and painted. I mean, there's so many of them, I lost count. I mean, I was into the hundreds of them. Okay, but they all are saying the same exact thing. And you know what the message is, people? That there was a genetic bridging. Okay, there was a genetic bridging, and altered genetics were taken into Egypt, and Egypt was genetically bridged, genetically altered. That's what this is all about, people. Genetic altering and manipulation of mankind's genes. Okay, now I'm just going to show you. I'm going to start out slow, and then I usually come into romancing you. Notice down, notice down here. This is a woman. She's supposed to have a baby in her hand, and this is the man leading the donkey that she is on. Okay, now I was drawn to what is up here. Now this is just archine, this on a donkey. I was drawn to this up here. I could see and read this. I mean, the most uncanniest scenarios I can see. For one, I can tell you that this is a form of reptilian here. Okay, this is a form of ancient horse, which is like the in the shape of the duck-billed dinosaur, which is in many of my discoveries, which represents this donkey. Then you see a reptilian, like slimy-like creature over here on this side, over here. You see the outline of the head. But look how the horse, the vines from the horse that I identified as the horse, how these vines, there's two lines, okay, and they represent serpents, the snakes. Look how they are genetically branched and go into what I have highlighted here as being a reptilian. And look how they go into the eyes, okay, specifically into the eye, and then come out of the mouth, people. And then you see the genetic branch being broken off, okay, which is very important. And it shows you how these genetics were genetically spliced, and these creatures were created. That's what this is all about. This is the raw form of it. Now I'm gonna bring it down to here, down to Da Vinci. I mean, I'm down to Leonardo's to these characters here in a minute in a larger image. But look at this, people, up above. Now this is all verified down here, and this going on down here is verified up here. They verify each other. You know what I mean? But I was drawn to this image not because of what I can see down here, but what I can see up here in the rawest forms. And this is in everything that I can see, people. I can walk into a chapel and read it like it was a grail. You know what I mean? Because I understand this. Forget this. This. Once you understand this, this is child's play. This is like for me down here reading a kindergarten book, because this is where it's at. This is where the true knowledge comes from, right here. Okay. Now you'll see down here, if you come in here, all right, which represents the altered genetics of the ape right in here. You see me have that highlighted pink. Then you start seeing double-headed creatures on one side. This creature here looking like an ox, and then on the other side there's a pig. Okay, there's a horn on its head. All right, showing you genetics that were genetically bridged, and what genetics actually went into being carried into Egypt. Okay, now I'm going to show you another image, and all. I know that's hard for you to understand and grasp right quick, but seeing is believing. I'm going to bring that image in a whole lot closer here. Let me see if there's anything that I'm missing before we do that. All right. Yeah, hold on before we go. All right. Now I'm going to take you into this image right quick. I don't know if you can see this or not, because I have it highlighted here. Now I told you there was an ox here. There's the ox horn right there. Okay. And there's the ox face. And there's the mouth. The ox is facing this way. Then on the back you see where there's a pig facing towards the woman right there. On the back of the ox's head, there's a pig there. There's an image of a pig, and then on the back there's the ox with the horn. Okay. Now, Let's come over here. I'm going to show you these images. How you can see how these genetics are being altered. Now you won't be able to see that there, but I'll come back to that. But look right here in the shadows of the man. Where the man is right there, there's a shadow created between the man and the mule there. Here, you'll see a face of the ox, and you'll see it genetically spliced in with the man right here in his cheekbone, right there. Now, also, right there with the man there is a witch-like woman right here, which I'll bring up larger. Well, I'm gonna have to remind myself. It's like almost like I'm standing in the crowd here, and I'm telling them to remind me that show you this in a larger picture. But anyway, the witch-like woman, the mother of creation, who appears in all of the discoveries. You have to understand who she is to understand why she appears and everything. And wherever she's at, is always the likeness and image of 8. Look here, people. Down here where the man's cane is, showing you cross-referencing, there is the image of the 8. Original man, black man, ape man, Neanderthal. These genetics are always being represented. You know why? Because that is what's being stepped upon. That's what's being cut. That's what's being manipulated. That's what's being genetically altered. And that's what this is all about. They're genetically altering the genetics, stepping upon these genetics, cutting them, weakening them, so different genetic life forms can be created therefrom, and that's what these likenesses are all about. And this is why we have all of these different multicultures in our world today. Okay, now you'll see all along through here that likeness of that genetic being passed along, and it shows you right there, and there. But I'm going to go into a larger image because I'm going to show you some other things. This is actually a small image, people. I just got this. You'll see how small this is in a minute. Alright, now I'm going to bring up a larger image. This is Rembrandt's Flight to Egypt, people. I'm going to bring up a larger image so I can make some better points here. Flight to Egypt. Now, you notice this right here. I want you to notice this right here, first of all. Because if you were to Google these images by the artist, first of all, here in the reptilian's mouth, notice this right here. This is later incorporated in other encryptions and encodings. You see that? represents the head of a cane. I'm going to show you something in a minute. You see that right there? Look how it's changed in encryptions and other. And this is another image, Flight to Egypt. Oh. And notice how it's changed. See that? See that there? This represents this, the genetic splicing. You see that? And that's what this represents. If you know what this means, you know what the later codes are actually, which are created. What this man is representing genetically, what is being genetically branched off. Okay, it's the same image that is here, genetic splicing, and it shows you the branching. Okay, and that's what this is all about. If you know this, you know this. Now, I'm going to go back to where we were at here. I'm going to show you some of these encryptions. All right. First of all, okay, we have that there. Let me go right here. Let me take you to a penis. Okay, there is a penis right here. All right. There is a penis. Why is there a penis there? You see that penis right there? Just draw that penis out for you right there. Well, that penis is there because that penis represents genetics. It shows you how genetics were being transferred. And what better way to show you than that is being with penis. That's why you have all of this nudity in biblical and Roman and historical moments in time. Because it lets you know, those that actually, the hand select fluid that knew of these encryptions, know the directions of the genetics that are being implied in the encryptions. That's why all these biblical figures are being naked, besides being freaks, by the way. Alright, but anyway, now where is this penis coming from? This penis is shown coming from here. See that U-turn? I put that in my Neanderthal video that I have here too. And it actually is a dual-headed penis. This is the smaller end, and here's the larger end. And you know where it's running through? That baby right there. The bundled baby, where it shows that the baby was genetically spliced. Look. And this is the genetic outcome, the altering of it. Now check this out, people. Here's the bundle of the baby. Now go right here. Now whose penis is that? The bundle of the baby is made to look like that of a penis as well. So whose penis is that? It's a two-headed penis, or double-ended penis. Whose penis is that? It's this guy's right here. If you look right there, well, hold on. Where she's at? Right here. Now I won't be able to draw that because I'm upside down. But right here, there is the likeness in the shadows right here of an ape. Okay? And on the back of the ape's head is a reptilian. It shows you two genetics splicings which were altered, and they were ran through this child that this woman is carrying into Egypt. Now, what was genetically altered? There's an ape there, people, and on the back of the ape's head is a reptilian. Right there in the shadows. The scholars are going to have a chance to check all of this out, because when I become famous for all of this, I'm going to be called on all this. So, okay, now I told you that there was a witch-like woman on the back of the man. Well, now from here she looks like an ape as well too. But anyway, the mother of creation is in this man's beard right here, the witch-like woman. And you can actually see her. Oh, I cut her nose off short there. But she would be right there. I'm going to give her some lips. Okay. She would be in the man's face, facing off this way. All of this means, people, is genetic bridging and splicing. Then we have the ox ape looking like creature right here. Okay, people? In the shadow. Oh gosh, drawing upside down here is actually crazy here. But you'll see the face here, people, and I'm doing the eye right there. You'll see the wrinkles in the face and everything, so you can Google the image and look for yourself. Okay? And that's right there. Now, where's my ape at down here? Can we give that to you larger? But anyway, all along here in the shadows represents the genetic alterings of the original genetics, which include the ape, okay, and black man. But if you look at it, now that I showed you this, you will see they're going all different directions. It shows you how these genetics are being cut, so to say, and altered in a sense, and it shows you how they go around, come underneath, and what the resulting genetics are. And the resulting genetics are the weakening of the original ancient genetics, which is that of the ape, black man, and this is where how we got other cultures and other civilizations of people from out of black. It was intentionally done through a genetic manipulation process that has been going on since the beginning of time. I know how it was initiated. I would be able to tell you where it originated at. Through my paranormal experience and encounter, people, I'm telling you that this is what's been happening, and this is how we are and who we are today. Now, I'm going to show you something, and I showed you a penis, right? Now, reading this is the rawest form of it. I gave you a penis right there. I tell you that the bundle by the baby being carried in arms is a penis. I showed you the ape in here, okay, which you can Google this image, and then I showed you the what you call them here, and actually this creature here actually is in the shape head of a penis right here. If you actually look, as I'm seeing that right here right now, which shows you what happened there as well too. Okay, now why is all of these penises here? All right, well, I'm going to take this image down and I'm going to bring up another image and show you why. Here's another image. Okay, now these images can be Googled, people. I'm going to back off of this and I'm going to show you how they did this. Let me back off of this. Oops, came up on it. Alright, I'm going to give you another image here. Now, there's a donkey there. Remember I showed you that the stick represents genetic splicing and bridging, the cane there. Okay, so what is it being genetically spliced with? What is that being genetically spliced with? They cleverly, another encryption style, is it shows you that, notice how everything over here is clear, and this mass that the guy is standing on is dark. It shows you that it's showing you, check this out, the donkey's in the road. Now I'm going to explain this to you right quick, people. The donkey's in the road. Okay, notice how the man is standing over here on this slab. Represents a ancient soil, meaning ancient genetics, and the cane tilted over to touch the woman on her golden path, golden road, on her genetically altered path. Shows you that the cane touches over, and it shows you that it's spliced. So who is it spliced between? It's spliced between the woman and the child. And that's why you have that two-headed cane. Okay? Now, what is being genetically spliced? You probably said, what's wrong? Well, I already gave it to you in the rawest form, so therefore I should be able to show you the connect that image to the other image. And I can. Here at the donkey, come over here, and right there you will see that of the penis right there. And it's no denying what that is. Oh, I actually overshot it there. But there's the head, people. And there's the penis right here, encrypted in the shrubbery there. So these images are readily available on Google, people. You can go and check it out. And what I'm telling you is that this historical moment, this flight to Egypt, all you have to do is Google flight to Egypt. This is a penis right there. Well, I'm writing it upside down. There is a penis right there. Okay? This cane represents genetic bridging from one genetic to the other. That's why it's leaning over and it's showing you what is being genetically spliced, just like I just did in Rembrandt's painting. The child and the woman, okay, with these ancient genetics. Now, there's another part to this, people, that you don't know. Now, all of those creatures that I showed you in Rembrandt's etching are actually now incorporated in the color codes, which changed, and it identifies this being, this ground, this being, with what's being genetically transferred. So this is what's good about knowing these encryptions, people, because once you can read this, it transcends and translates into this, which now gives you color codes, and you know exactly what is being stated by these later images. And that's the uniqueness in being able to understand what is happening up here first in its rawest form, and then understanding here, which makes this child's play. Now, every single image. All right, here's another one. This is a flight to Egypt as well too. I don't have the artists up on me yet, but you can look it up. They're all online. Google them. There's hundreds of these images online. The flight to Egypt, because it's a historical moment in time. Everybody is commemorating how Egypt was genetically altered. These Renaissance artists. So people go and see. All right, I'm going to do this last image here. Now, again, you have the donkey, which was genetically bridged. Okay, right there. There's the head of the donkey. There's an angel. Okay, I know what she represents. This grounded angel, I know what she represents. I'm not going to go into detail. And I also know that the black wings on her represents that of the original genetics, which is the ape. And notice how she has the donkey's head pulled to her breast. Okay, meaning that the genetics is in her, being genetically bridged through the donkey, and then the story goes on from there. Okay, now I know what all of this means based on it being in its rawest form, which is right here, and it all represents a genetic altering of ancient genetics, people. And I'm going to be doing other images later here, and I think I'm going to go back. I promise I'm going to start doing things in so much as far as I'm going to show you how all of this actually goes to the images, all your ancient Renaissance images of Jesus, which extend back to catacomb images. I can go back to, well, actually before that, but I can go to from the 3rd century on up that I have found these encryptions. And the older they are, the better they are, because in their rawest forms, they are uncut. The Renaissance artists had started getting creative and encrypting their paintings soon thereafter. Some are better than the others, and some are not. You know what I mean? Rembrandt was very loose with his encryptions in his artworks. A later artist who I found to be just as loose as Rembrandt is Salvador Dali. Salvador Dali is actually, I'm telling you now, as mad as he was, his paintings are very readable, people. Another artist, George Quintence. His paintings, very readable, people. George Quintence. The list goes on and on and on. Once I have developed the sense to see through so many different artists' styles that is just uncanny. You know what I mean? And it's all through my paranormal experience and encounter that I was led to this. This is not what I started out doing, people, is reading into paintings. This is not what I started doing first. It was completely something totally different. And my entire story is on alien UFOs, dreams and experiences. Okay, and my site there is I Am an Alien and So Are You. I have so many pages there. I have over I'm nearing 100,000 hits there on alien UFOs. I'm steadily climbing here. Okay, my thing is I want to go viral. Okay, and I'm going to keep breaking this down until my message is heard loud and clear that I know what these Renaissance artists was up to. I know what is going on today, and it's all about genetic bridging. And the cross represents cross-referencing, and that's what this is all about. It's all about cross-referencing of genetics. I like putting my cross in the middle because there is a cross-reference of genetics, and I'm going to show you that in my later videos. I'm going to do 2 videos after this relating to Jesus and how he sacrificed at the cross represents that he was genetically sacrificed at the cross. not in the sense of what we thought that he died on the cross for. Okay, he died on the cross for being that of a genetic sacrifice, and I'm going to show that to you people. Thank you. My name is Gerone Wright, and you can actually visit me here on my YouTube channel, Geronification, which is GeroneIfication, Geronification. Or you can go and Google my name, Gerone Wright, which is GeroneWright. People, I have 60 and counting videos on YouTube. If you have not seen my videos, you must see them, people, because they are growing. I'm growing in popularity on YouTube, and before you know it, I'm going to tell you people, what I have discovered, which is truly amazing, is going to be everywhere. Nothing else is going to mean anything except this. You have been being lied to, you're still being deceived, and what I am showing you, you should already instinctively know. You know what I mean? You look at these Renaissance artists' paintings and wondering, well, what the world does this mean? What is going on with this? And why do it look like I see? Why am I so drawn to this? People, these encrypted paintings tell how genetics were being bridged and altered. And when you do such things on a mass scale like that, even with the thing of Noah's Ark, there has to be a reference chart, because with so much of this going on, there has to be referencing. It's very important to know who you are, where you came from, and these people know it, how there was these genetics were being altered. So these masses of records were actually produced. And how did they produce these records? Not in the basement of the Vatican, or not in the basement of a building. You know how they did it? In Renaissance artists' artworks. They showed it all right in your face. So they know that this is a history, just like the Mayans did it, just like the Anunnaki did it, just like the Sumerians did it, just like the Egyptians did it. And I don't know what the hell happened in Africa. You know what I mean? Why they don't have this record? I mean, that must have been just totally destroyed, because that was too raw. You know what I mean? Because I'm going to tell you something now, and this is why these explorations were made. They went out, destroyed these records, or called it self-destroying them. They're still being dug up around the world today. Like the Peruvian stones, I can read, and it shows how in Peru that there was a genetic splicing with dinosaurs. On those Peruvian burial stones, it shows you how there was a genetic splicing, and they can be read just like this as well too. Alright, but anyway, I'm going to get going. My name is Gerone Wright. I'm going to let this video go. I'll see you in my next video. Okay, these videos going to continue to keep coming in between my pastime. I'm messaging different global news stations. I'm all over the internet. My videos are playing in Pakistan on 5-star ratings. Something's going to give people. You know what I mean? It's just a matter of when, but it's going to give. All right. Thank you.